At 3:07 a.m., something knocked from inside the plaster like a fingernail on bone, slow and polite. Mara had one goal: find her missing brother Theo. Her flaw was impatience. She moved before she thought. The house came with rules, learned from an old map taped to the hall. Never answer a knock after midnight, never speak its true name, and never cross the cellar threshold barefoot. The stakes were clear. Break a rule and it would take a piece of you. A memory, a breath, a name. Her talisman was an old brass key, warm with her grandmother's thumbprint, and the thing that rattled outside favored 3 slow knocks, smelled of iron and lavender, and could not cross a line of salt laid bright on stone. Danger climbed like cold on Mara's neck when the knocks began downstairs, 3 slow taps that smelled like wet metal. She crept with the key and the map and found a child's drawing wedged behind the radiator, a picture of Theo smiling, hands raised toward a shadow that wore her mother's face. The clue changed everything. Maybe Theo wasn't taken, maybe he had been convinced. She followed the knocks to the cellar door, salted the frame, and felt relief as the sound dulled, false safety, because soil smelled under the door and the light in the yard died. A trapdoor slammed. She ducked, skin scraping wood, and slipped out a back gate into gutter-cold air, narrowly escaping a hand that had been testing the salt and failing only when morning neared. At the cellar steps, the conflict peaked. Theo's voice echoed from below, begging not to be found. Mara chose to break the rule. She said the watcher's name aloud, hoping to bargain. The key burned in her palm when she tossed it toward the dark seam. The brass hit the stone, and the smell of lavender turned rancid. Theo tumbled free, coughing soil, but Mara paid the price. The house took her voice as toll, her speech shredded like thread, and a strip of her memory went with it. She could no longer remember the sound of her father's laugh or the way Theo took his first steps. The victory was sharp and costly. Brother returned, sister changed beyond repair. For a few heartbeats there was a hush. Theo leaned on her shoulder, smelling of dirt and cedar, and he was safe. The house itself seemed to sigh. The salt line on the step still glowed faintly like a promise. But when Mara reached to warn the neighbors, she found her lips empty. No sound, only the rasp of air, and a new, thin knock answered from inside her own coat pocket where the key had been. She could not remember the color of the sky from yesterday. The unanswered detail, whatever had knocked later from inside her pocket, wasn't explained. Don't answer a knock after midnight.